The case of one Margaret Nduta Macharia is a case that we have been looking into very closely. The new details that have come in regards to Margaret Nduta are details that will change your perception in regards to this case. Margaret Nduta Macharia, accused and uh, given a death sentence in Vietnam. She was supposed to be executed in Vietnam on Monday at 8:30 p.m. in the evening. But until then, the government of Kenya intervened after people went ahead to make a call to President William Ruto and the offices of the Minister of Foreign Affairs to intervene so that they would save Duta from being executed in Vietnam. And uh, one lady, I mean not a lady, one PS, Korir Singoi went ahead to make a call to the Prime Minister, or let me say Minister of Foreign Affairs in Vietnam, who really decided to put on hold the execution of Duta as diplomatic communications goes on between the Vietnam government and Kenya. Now, one thing that has currently been revealed is that Duta, this is not the first time that she has been arrested. According to a report publicized by the NTV, is that Duta was arrested in Ghana. It is imagined that she was arrested in Ghana a few years ago, about 5 years ago, and then she was arrested with the same charges of possession or drug trafficking. New details have emerged. It is not the first time that Margaret Nduta Macharia was arrested for drugs possession. NTV is reporting that she was arrested in Ghana for the same thing. It is also emerging that Nigerians are forcibly using Kenyan women as drug mules to transport drugs in different parts of the world. Allow me to really get to speak about this case because it's a case that I have been following very closely, and here on our channel we have been monitoring the progress as we speak right now. Now, Dutal, according to how the parents and the sister spoke, you all bought the sympathy that these people didn't really know what their daughter was doing. But let me tell you one thing. If there is one thing that these people know, is that their daughter was involved in drug smuggling. Why? It is not the first time that she has been arrested. And let me tell you, you heard that Duta before traveling to Ethiopia and then to Qatar and then to Vietnam, she was paid a deposit of 168,000 Kenyan shillings. Now, one thing you don't know is that this money, Duta was paid this amount of money as a deposit. This was a depot, and the money was supposed to be paid in full when she arrives and delivers the package in Vietnam. One thing, this money, even Duta did not get hold of it. And the money, once it came into her account, she instantly transferred the money to her family. I mean, her family were the direct beneficiaries of the drug smuggling ring that she was being involved in. So when the parents tell you that they don't know their daughter was involved in anything illegal, maybe even the sisters, that is where you raise question marks. Tell me how your child sent you 200,000 Kenyan shillings and then you don't know whether she's employed or not. Alafu, you go ahead to use that money without question. These people knew what their daughter was being involved in. And one thing that they can never do is confess that they knew that their daughter was involved in drug smuggling. Apart from that, you all heard the parents say that even the sister wakisema mleteni mumufunge Kenya kama amefanya hiyo makosa. They are not fully defending her, saying that she did not or she wasn't involved in this drug smuggling thing. They are saying that muleteni, we make sure. Now, what does this tell us? It tells us that Nduta knew, the family knew. It's not like that she was framed the way they said that a package was exchanged at the airport, the bag became, I don't know what they said, the bag was small, the one that she was carrying her things with, and she needed a bigger bag. That is all crap. Because when you listen to a confession that has been made on NTV, a lady wrote a letter confessing that her and Margaret Nduta were together jailed in a prison in Ghana. The reason that they were jailed is because they had been caught in a scandal of drug smuggling. Are we together? Now, they were jailed, but when they were released to the hands of some Nigerian men who have been forcing Kenyan girls to smuggle drugs all over the world for them. And they tell you, even if you are caught, never ever confess that you knew us. These Nigerian men are linked to top government officials, not only in Kenya, but all over the world. And these top government officials, they make sure that any case such as this of Nduta does not fall back on them. They make sure that the culprits that are arrested are the ones to suffer, but the big dogs are not to suffer. Are we together? That is literally what happens in this case of drug smuggling. So currently this lady says, and she begs that people should try and make sure that Nduta is not hanged in Vietnam for the drug smuggling case that was brought against her. What does it really tell you? It tells you, imagine the cartels that are using these ladies to transport drugs, walikuwa wanawambia one thing that you should do, ukipatikana never mention our names, because if you do so, sisi tutaua familia yako, tutaua watoto wako, we will make sure that your family and your lineage becomes extinct. Are we together? So when the family comes and cries on media platforms and tells that, you know what, we didn't know, our daughter has never been arrested anywhere else. Wait a minute, you are telling me that your daughter, no, this is not being is not being an emotional or not being sympathetic, but allow me to ask you a question. You as a parent, you are a struggling family. Huyu mtoto wako ambaye umemlea hapo aende mahali tu aanze kukutumia 1,200, 1,300 in a month, you won't ask yourself questions? Hautamuuliza mtoto, unatoa wapi hizi pesa? Unatoa mshahara, unalipwa wapi mshahara kubwa kuliko ya MCA? Unalipwa wapi mshahara kubwa kuliko ya manager wa bank? Those are the questions that you should be asking them. But you're telling me that these people, Nduta sent them 168,000 and they never asked for anything. Hawakumuuliza, hii pesa unatoa wapi mtoto wetu? Hii pesa ni ya wapi? Unafanya biashara gani? And kama unafanya biashara, does anybody from the family know the business that you're doing? Bwana, it shouldn't be like this. Yes, we might be sympathetic, but let's be sympathetic in a way that tells the truth. For now, that's what's up. Make sure you subscribe. Tell me what you think about this story.